People are talking about a Dispatch reporter apparently leaking something private, and people are upset about this. We also have people talking about JK deleting his account and that whole topic, and then we have people saying that employees should be getting fired. So this is Dave Disci, let's get into it. Recent articles have talked about how Hybe apparently gave a bonus to a lot of their employees. In general, this is good news. However, the community doesn't always take good news as good news, and a large majority of the community seems to be really upset about this, with many people talking about how the label seems to be failing at a lot of what they do, and the last thing the employees need is to have a raise. And the raise came after BTS was believed to have a comeback, so they're expected to make more money and thus had more money to give their employees, with some tweets and comments saying they're not even working harder or doing anything different. It's solely just because BTS is coming back, and for some reason they feel like that is something that is bad. These people have obviously never worked in a corporate job before, because you'll know how difficult it is in a corporate job to, one, always do the right thing, and to two, constantly do your job well, because there's a lot of politics that get involved with people working. Things also have to go through layers of approval before they can happen, and so things don't always get approved. Things also get sidelined because you're handed a mountain of work to get done, and sometimes you just can't finish it before you have to clock out and go home to your family. And maybe in some cases, some employees even feel like the next day that they would normally finish that and they're supposed to have it done, then they get a new pile of work that they need to do and don't end up finishing any of it. This is all very common in the corporate world. But aside from that, I think people find it interesting, or they dislike the fact that people are getting more money due to BTS. I guess some people think that the money should go to the boys themselves, or some people think that the company should not ride on BTS so hard to do things like this. This particular tweet that I was talking about has over 1,000 likes, meaning so many people agree with this sentiment. And to me, that is absolutely crazy, because I'm not quite sure what the issue is. The label's stock is believed to be going up once the reunion or comeback was believed to be a possibility soon, and with all that extra money, instead of the label consuming it or taking it for themselves, they decide to give it back to their employees, and this is somehow an issue. Hybe is literally the only label in which people shame for working so hard, and then it's coming out that people believe that the label's not working so hard. But they were the label that literally at midnight or 1 a.m. was believed to have their whole building lights still lit up and people still in the office working, while the other labels were asleep and closed down. So regardless of if you believe they were doing a good job with BTS and various other groups that are in the label, the fact of the matter is everyone in the label is working really hard. Who on earth wants to stay around that late unless there was actual work to be done, which means at least in some capacity they're working more hours than most people in other labels. Genuinely, the K-pop community really just doesn't live in reality. There was nothing wrong with making money. You need to make money to sustain any of this. The label wouldn't be able to support BTS if they didn't have money. And if you believe that BTS would be doing this as hard as they are doing right now, like releasing music, making music videos, and doing all these appearances and making content the way they're making content without them getting paid, you would be really wrong about that. They might do it part-time and for fun if they weren't getting paid, but they would just be doing it as a hobby, which means you would probably rarely see them, and most of the time would be spent making money so that they can survive. So instead of raises, a lot of people believe the employees should be fired, and I really can't explain how messed up this is. Some of these people have families with children and all that stuff, and you just want to fire them because you don't believe that they're doing a good job. Best believe that if the label or the managers of the label believe that they were doing a bad job, they would have been fired already. Because a lot of those supporting BTS and enjoy watching the boys' content should not be the ones that are fighting with the very people that are supporting the boys' effort to take over the world. But in the same vein, people are always so happy when they see interactions and fun moments, all of which the label would be the one that had started that. Like the boys would not have the platform that they have if it wasn't for the work that they had done and the work that the label had put in. And recently there's a really cute moment that has gone super viral that we definitely have to talk about. There was a photo that was posted onto Jimin's Instagram account, and people have been freaking out about it because it's such a cute one. People think that this photo is supposed to be JK's drawing of Jimin, with some people even rumoring that JK took over Jimin's Instagram account and posted that photo. I don't know if it was ever confirmed by either of them that they have each other's Instagram or social media passwords, but this would definitely be interesting if it were true. What I think happened is if this was indeed a drawing by JK, Jimin probably got a hold of it and just thought it would be funny to post it. Many people thought it was interesting that JK deleted his Instagram account, but was allegedly now going into Jimin's Instagram account to post this photo. And to that, I have to ask why people are so sure that this is JK posting a photo as opposed to just Jimin posting it himself. Because for me, if a family member, like let's say a sibling were to post a photo onto my Instagram account, I would be pissed. I would also be pissed if a significant other was on my Instagram account and posted something. And then of course I would be pissed if anyone, a friend or whoever did it. So I can't imagine that any person would feel differently if someone were to do that, especially to an account with tens of millions of followers. I don't know if he logged into his account and all that stuff, but I think the photo is really cute and really funny, and it's 100% not proven to be Jimin in this drawing, but people do believe it to be. It definitely can be Jimin, and I guess the nose and the lips kind of look like that, but obviously this person is less attractive than Jimin, which I imagine is a joke. Cute moments like this are what keeps me going, and if you want to join me in reacting to cute moments as well as music videos and stuff involving the K-pop community, and of course BTS, then make sure you check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link at the top of the description. We have a $1 tier that gives you access to all of the thousands of videos that are already uploaded on there. And we always have a great time fangirling and enjoying things over there. So make sure you check it out if you want to do that. Now, speaking of Jimin, some people believe that Jimin and JK were planning some sort of activity as they were seen at the airport together, and specifically that they were seen with Dispatch recording them. With that said, that means that a lot of the footage that was taken had gone super viral, as a lot of people were anticipating what this was going to be about and what they were doing, and overall, if the reporters were going to leak something. Dispatch ended up posting a video that showed their interaction with both Jimin and JK at the airport, and what the reporter said really shocked people. Specifically, it was believed the reporter said if it was just Jimin that was appearing, they would have walked away and not stayed, but now that they know that JK is there, they will stay. This is obviously a little bit messed up if it is true, as of course it's insulting to say that you won't stay for one member, but will stay for the other. However, this is often just how the industry works. The reporters are usually tipped off on who was going to be there, or if any of the BTS members are going to be there. And this is typically how they know when to show up. So they are specifically there to capture a specific person that they believe will give them a good scoop or a good story. And so what I'm about to say next might be controversial, but here goes. It's the same as if you were to call Dispatch to be at the airport to watch me land in Korea, or whatever. You likely won't have them appear because they don't care. Now, in the same vein, if I were to be walking with JK out of the airport, I can bet you how many other reporters would say the same thing about me. Now, obviously, I'm not in the same level as Jimin, and that's very clear. We're not even doing the same profession. We're not in the same league at all. But what I'm trying to say is reporters have specific things that they want to get. And if their goal was to only get JK content, then obviously Jimin being there would not be something that they would be interested in reporting on. Is it fair? Is it right? Is it nice? No, none of these things. But unfortunately, that is the industry, and sometimes they don't really necessarily care about reporting on a specific member, even if that specific member is popular, which of course Jimin is, because that's just not the story that they're trying to get. And now, just because I believe that this is a pretty standard place or thing for an industry to do, doesn't mean that I agree with this at all, or that I think it should be something that is done. I do, of course, wish people in general will be nicer, and even if they are not interested in reporting on a specific person that is there, they just don't vocalize it. It's wild to vocalize a thought in a room full of people that are there for both of them to not be scared that there might be someone that might say something, or that they might be heard saying stuff like this. Because for me personally, I would definitely be worried for my safety if I were to say something like this in a room full of K-pop fans. Or because what on earth are they going to say or do to me once they hear this opinion of mine? Furthermore, Jimin is obviously popular, and there's no doubting that. So regardless of what someone might say and what their horrible comments are, we know that he's popular. So that opinion doesn't really matter. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos. Link down below. Thank you to this lovely comment right here. Love you. Bye.